So, welcome back to the channel today. Stoked, like beyond all belief. I don't know why I haven't met or had you guys introduced to Marty. He is the co-founder of the Stack, and you guys know how I feel about the Stack because I talk about it all the time. Marty, welcome. How are you doing today?
Jeff, doing great, man. Doing great. We're here while we're filming this. It's during the Masters. We got a lot of stackers up the leaderboard. We got Fitzpatrick making a run. We got Matt McCarty making a run. We got Victor Hovland. We got folks who are hardcore into our putting side of our app, which hopefully we'll talk about a little bit today. Corey Connors and Michael Kim. They just hammering out our putting mode out there. So doing awesome, Jeff. Pleasure to be on and have a chat with you.
That's so awesome. And I didn't even know about the people using the putting app. I mean, that's super exciting because it, for you, if you're watching this, then you know about the Stack system. I mean, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. I mean, you guys, your accolades, it's not just me because I'm an affiliate, right? Touting your like, it's so amazing. I mean, the after Fitzpatrick won, my views went off the chart because I
Yeah.
mean this Stack app, I can't I'm not saying it to sell it. I'm saying it because I feel it and I know it and it is a great app. And the reason we're here today is to talk beyond what the Stack system itself is. But before we jump into that, let's talk about who you are, Marty. Like how you got into golf, how you ended up where you're at. Because guys, I feel like I'm in royalty right now. He anyway. I'll let you take it from here, Marty.
Jeff, I'm just a normal guy, man. I grew up small town Arizona, mining town, and I was always a tier below the better players in Arizona, the Ches Reeves that got on the tour and Charlie Belgians. I was just always right, not quite as good as them. So I went to school for an engineering degree instead of focusing exclusively on golf. I went to a great school, the Colorado School of Mines in Golden, Colorado. They have a great golf program and great academics. And when I got done, I played the mini tour. I got a little better in college, played the mini tours for 1 year and quit fast. I say, retired quick and got a job at Ping as an engineer. I've now been there. I still work there full time and work my way working on all kinds of R&D things, 3D design, CAD, and now this part of my career working on software fitting, custom fitting solutions, etc. I've designed a lot of drivers, G410 driver, G30 driver with the turbulators on it, working on a lot of grooves, shafts, everything else. So the idea of the Stack was kind of born out of the Ping think tank, so to speak. My co-founder, Dr. Sasho MacKenzie, you've talked to, I think the world's best golf biomechanist, who's teaching the teachers, so to speak, out there and works with a lot of tour players. We call him the savant of speed. He knows a lot about speed generation. We had this idea to build this product to help people gain clubhead speed, which is the most important skill in golf. It's the most correlated to your golf handicap is your clubhead speed. It's the biggest predictor of your golf handicap. The further you can hit it, the better your score is going to be. And yeah, we built app-based gamified precision overload overspeed training, but we make it simple. And I think that's what you love about the app, Jeff, is that the app tells you what to do. You don't need to be confused. You don't know what weights to put on. You know what intents. Like we just tell you what to do. So we box it in. And then the fun part, Jeff, is that folks who bought the Stack a couple of years ago, your product gets better over time. And I love that about modern technology products, whether it's like a Tesla self-driving or a Tesla car that gets an app update, gets better, or you buy a smartwatch and you get an updated feature or what have you. We wanted our product to be like that. Like if you buy it, it keeps getting better. The product appreciates. Most products you buy, they depreciate. And we want to make a product that appreciates through really fun, valuable app updates.
And I mean, I'll be honest. So I am by trade. I started coding in the sixth grade. So my background is coding development, and I am I'm an over analytical person. So like it takes me 5 minutes to pick out a piece of candy because I'm like trying to think about, okay, am I going for satisfaction? Am I trying to, take care of how hungry I am? And that is just a piece of candy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That with my videos, one of the biggest things I do is I like to show my half motion. I like to have it on when I'm doing certain testing so you can see,
yep,
like data. I love data. You can't have enough of data, and it's frustrating when I don't have enough data. But your app, that's what's so attractive, right? Because when I originally was looking at working on speed, at that time it was the speed sticks, I think is what they're called. And it's like you have these generic videos that you go out and watch, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm going to screw something up.
yep,
And I remember a podcast Sasho was on. I don't remember who it was with, but he was talking about how his app calculates and it adjusts for that person based on your last workout. And I'm just like, oh, it
yeah.
was, that is awesome.
That is the beauty of the app, is that it is as if you are working with Sasha MacKenzie himself, because the app is his brain packaged in there, and he has tons of expertise in programming. And what you don't want to do, just as if Jeff, might have a weightlifting program and I do too, we would have totally different programs. You might get stronger faster than I do and things of this nature. You want that same level of dynamic response and nuance to be happening with your speed training, and we have that automatically built in. The app looks at every workout you do and makes little adjustments to your programming based on that, right? It helps you break through a plateau. It helps you give you a little bit more on the overspeed. Maybe you need a little bit more on the overload. Maybe you need a little speed up your trail arm or your lead arm a little bit. And that, so yeah, the app is has so much nuance in it that makes it tons of fun.
That is awesome. And I mean, it's proven time and time again. You can't lie from statistics, and I provide that in my video, and especially with my results. I literally am on the range with my SC 200 plus, which this is why we're talking. Um, and it registered my swing speed at 116, which it caught me off guard because I'm like, okay, I am now 53. I am 5'9" and dripping wet 160 pounds. So not a big guy. I'm like a Matt Fitzpatrick's kind of guy. And at
Mm,
my age, I never thought that I could get physically swinging as fast as I am. And I feel like there's
yeah.
some in the tank, but it's like I go out and play golf, and at my age, I'm playing with younger guys. I'm bombing it by them. I'm not hitting it by them. I am bombing it. And anyway, this isn't a build Marty up and make him feel good about what he's built, but it is. Um, so you got the app going, and that's wonderful. You introduce putting, right? Totally caught me
Yes.
off guard because I'm like,
Yeah.
what am I going to putt with my stack? I mean, what is that all about?
Exactly.
And I haven't done a video on it yet, which shame on me, and I'm going to do that this year because my focus is going to, especially with what we're going to talk about, is really focusing on utilizing the stack for my entire game across the bag, showing this is where my strokes gained are, and that's what I've done for the last two videos is showing, and people are seeing my strokes gained for my driver is compared to scratch. I'm like 0.4, point 0.8, somewhere in the point range, which is
Nice.
fantastic, right? If I get the rest of my game to work that way. However, you've got the putting app, right?
Hmm.
So let's talk just briefly about that. I mean, where did that even come from? Where did the idea of that come from?
Yeah, and I think you mentioned, Jeff, like using the stack for your whole game. So what you're seeing from us now is that we have speed side, which is the most important skill, and then number two to that in terms of your score is putting. So our what we're building here is a ecosystem where you can stack just like your technology stack. Like, oh, what's your technology stack? Well, this is your stack of your most important golf skills: speed, driving, putting, and then wedging. So let's talk about putting. Putting The idea, and Sasha was kind of the brainchild of this, but we kind of all built this product together. People go to the practice green and they have no idea what to do, right? They maybe they're banging in 2 footers like dead straight, like block practice. And then they'll maybe lag a bunch of 50 footers. And then you go on the course, Jeff, and you got a 12 footer, you got an 8 footer, you got a 6 footer, you got an 18 footer, you got another 12 footer, you got a 9 footer, you got a 4 footer, you got a 28 footer. So people never practice the putts that matter the most from a strokes gain scoring standpoint, and they don't know how to. Maybe you know some little games and drills, but again, it's too open ended. So we wanted to provide structure rooted in strokes gained that gave you the most granular insights into your putting performance. Are you better on left to righters, right to lefters? Do you misread more straight putts than right to lefters, left to righters? Help you with your green reading feedback, etc. So we wanted to gamify putting practice while simultaneously providing you the most granular insights about your putting possible. So it's super fun. And the tour players that we have using it, they do it every week out on the putting green, out on the PGA Tour. So it's super
Wow.
fun because otherwise you see the tour players just banging in block practice, which there's value to block practice, no doubt. Get your lines, your eye position, your alignments, whatever you're trying to do there. Start line, super important. I'm not downplaying that at all. But stack putting is how you can then transfer those skills and have the distribution of putts you will have out on the golf course. And it forces you to putt more putts where they have more impact on your score from a strokes gain standpoint. And that's all rooted in strokes gained and the work of Mark Brody, the godfather of golf stats. So we're kind of leaning on that. And yeah, it's been fantastic. The people who do putting absolutely love it.
Wow. And Mark Brody, am I correct that he works with you?
His son, Chris, works for me at Ping and is a fantastic engineer for us that does a lot of really fun and cool analytics for us on the Ping side from a fitting science perspective. Yes, Mark
That's
is
awesome.
fantastic. Good friends with him. Super smart and very practical. That's what I love about
Yeah.
the Brody family.
I mean, it sounds like you have a powerhouse to combat Titleist, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's just trying to solve the right problems for the golfer, right? So if we solve problems, whether that's through equipment, how you practice, how you train, I think everybody wins. You've enjoyed the speed and it's fantastic. Like the product just works. So yeah, I think that's ultimately what I try to do, Jeff, is don't worry too much about the competition. Just be enamored with the customer. Like, what does the customer need that they don't know how to get? Right. Before the stack came out, you needed speed, but you didn't know how to get it. Right.
Right.
Like maybe you need to improve your putting, but how exactly do you do it? How can we give you better analytics? And so we're trying to solve those problems for the customer that they need, but they don't know how to get. And that's really the sweet spot of I think good product strategy.
So now with putting, if you're not wanting to chase speed, which I've never been on the driving range and watched everybody ends with the driver, right? Because they're like, oh, I want to see how far I can hit it. If you don't want to chase speed and you don't have the stack system, or maybe you just haven't not bought in, but you haven't decided that you want to do that, you can just do putting, right?
100%. Yeah. Go to our website. It's right behind your right ear right there. And you just go to our website, click on putting, and you get a free trial, 30-day free trial of stack putting. So yeah, you just do putting exclusively. It's a standalone product. And then the next product we're going to talk about, you can also do that without having the stack speed system. That said, if you get the speed system, you'll have access to everything. So it's like the mega membership to the stack is you get the speed side, you'll get putting, you'll get the learning library, you get our warm up video, and then the next product that we'll probably talk about here soon.
Okay, great segue because the new app, which has me absolutely fired up, is the wedge, right? Wedging. Is
Yep.
that what you guys
Yep.
call it? Wedging?
Yep. Stack
So
wedging.
with wedging, I I had let's talk about the new speed reader, right? So you came out with this a while back. I had the SC200 Plus, which like actually is made by Voice Caddy, which means it actually speaks out the speed,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And
Very
so that
convenient.
was nice when it works. When you hit 108, I think is the one that like when I would swing 108, it reads it at 100. And it's like, oh, are you kidding me? And so you have to get back in
Yeah.
the app and make
Yeah.
it's a total pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, this connects directly to the Stack app. So
Yep.
it's whatever was read here, Bluetooth sucker right into the app. There's no anything, right? And I'm going to be doing a video on comparing this to SC200 Plus. Um, and I'm not going to tell you which one wins. But I've already used this. I've been to the driving range with it. So let's just do a little comparison here real quick. This is the SC200 Plus. The size, the size difference is crazy. And the thing about this is I have to carry that in a case because there's also a remote control for it to choose your irons. Or I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's clunky. It's clunky. This
Yep.
thing is stupid easy to use.
Yep.
It slides in my little pocket that I can put my money clip in. It's so
Yep.
small. It's easy to use. But before we talk about wedging, I'm going to finish on this real quick because I love it. Um, if I'm using this at the range, what it's so the stack system is like what is that, a 4 foot club, something like that
Yeah. It's
ish.
41 inches, like a hybrid length.
Okay. So you want to place, I mean, what are the general uh rules for using this thing?
Yeah. You just put it on your target line, facing the target. I use my stack as a reference or a club, about 1 club length behind where you're going to hit the ball. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So 3 to 4 feet. And if you don't know what that is, just literally one, whatever club you're hitting, length behind, or a little bit more. It's fine too.
So what about like with my hitting mat, there I have this like little guard that catches balls that hits it. So if I've got some, I mean, where do I want to have it directly equal to the hitting surface?
Level or slightly above. We've seen, like, especially if you're
Ah,
taking divots, if you're out hitting off grass and you got some divots happening, if you raise it up just a little, that can be helpful. But the pickup rate usually with mats and everything is generally really good. But if you're having any problem with a pickup hitting outdoors, you can just put it on a little platform of something. Sometimes I'll use 3 golf balls at the range. Just put
oh,
triangle of 3 balls, put the radar right on top.
see this, I mean, and this is why you're so smart. You would think of three golf balls. I mean, anyway, obviously genius level. Um, so guys, I'm gonna do a video, and by this time, it's gonna be in one of these corners. I don't know. Anyway, check that out. I'm super excited. I love using it so far. But let's talk about the greatest app ever added to the stack outside of the speed and the putting. So I don't know what that means. It's equal. It's equal. Um, wedge.
Yes.
So what tell me about that.
So, okay, we're not trying to hide anything about the hardware capabilities of our radar. Our radar measures club speed and ball speed really well, and it does not measure launch and spin. And so we're not trying to hide that. Now, however, Jeff, this is very interesting. I was using the stack radar against TrackMan, against Foresight, against a lot of the high end, over 10,000, $20,000 units for my wedge shots, just kind of casually. And I'm like, man, this thing is correlating really well to my carry distances on these other high end radars. And then I would hit one where I'd get like a flyer, I'd hit like a bad range ball, and it would shoot up in the air and it would go really far. And I'd be like, I would never really get that with a premium ball on the course. Like if I'm playing a Pro V1, I'm on the course, I don't hit that shot. And I actually trusted my carry number from the stack radar better because it didn't miss the launch and spin. But my high end unit, my TrackMan, like saw that ball flight as a flyer that went like 12 yards further. I'm like, no way. So we actually normalize every single shot to your ball speed and club speed with the stack radar. And so it's pretty interesting. It's just kind of like convenient of the physics that ball speed and carry distance up to a certain yardage, and we see it hold really well up to like 140 yards, correlate almost perfectly. What I mean by that is that if you know the ball speed of a shot and you don't even know the launch and spin, you can use the ball speed to predict the carry. It influences the carry distance about 99%, right? In other words, like if you just know the ball speed, you can know the carry of the shot. It doesn't mean that launch and spin aren't important. That's not what that means. But it does mean that if you are trying to practice and train how precise you can carry the golf ball, then we only need to measure the ball speed to be able to do that. And our radar is phenomenal at measuring ball speed. So what we did is we're actually we designed stack wedging a lot like our speed mode and a lot like our putting mode, where you have like a set it and forget it. We'll tell you how to practice your wedging. So you go through when you update your app, stack wedging shows up, connects to our radar, instant. Boom, you're connected immediately. The first thing you do, Jeff, is you go through a baseline session. And we're actually gapping your wedges. You tell us what wedges you have in your bag, what specific lofts. We have you hit them all after you're warmed up, hit them all full, and we capture enough shots to get good data. We gap your wedges. Now the app knows your gaps. And then again, it's not generic. It's specific to you. It knows your gaps, and it will design practice protocols in the Premier mode specifically for you, and it tells you what clubs to hit. So over enough sessions, the app will get to know where you are strong, where you're weak, where you have bigger gaps. Are you bad at taking your gap wedge and hitting it softer? Are you better with hitting it full? Right? So and then over enough shots and enough time, the app will then have you practice your weaknesses. You don't even need to think about it. This is like AI stuff happening in the background. So that's like the main mode of wedging. Now, there's a lot of advantages to the stack radar. You can use it indoors. You can use it outdoors. You could hit it in the dark. You could take it off a mat. You can go to a range. This is my favorite feature, Jeff, probably for your listeners. You can go to a range with bad golf balls. Bad balls, no dimples, old, maybe not cracked, but you know what I mean? Like, and you're like, how am I going to get any valuable numbers? I'm not hitting good balls. Because we're only relying on ball speed, it is normalizing every shot. So you can hit a bad ball that knuckles out there, falls out of the air, and it might fly like 82 yards, but the app will say 95. That 95 is a really good prediction of the actual yardage you would hit with a premium ball. Every shot is normalized. So go to town, go to a range with mediocre to bad golf balls, and you can still get super valuable numbers with the radar. You take it home, you do it there. I like it for measuring ball speed on the course. Leave it in your cup holder in your cart. Make sure you're transferring your ball speeds from your driver onto the golf course. And the fun part is that the app is more intelligent than the radar itself. So the radar is so Jeff, what you're going to notice when you do it with wedges, the radar display might say, oh, you carried that 89. But in the app, you'll tell us that you're like 1,000 feet in Austin or whatever. Your temperature is 90 degrees because it's starting to get early summertime. And the app will adjust and normalize to your temperature and altitude. So trust the number in the app more than the number on the device, because we're making it more intelligent than it actually the hardware is capable of, if that makes sense. So super fun, man. We are so excited about wedge mode. It's great for kids. We have a lot of detailed nuanced features in there. We have a premiere mode is like set it and forget it. You just tell the app I got 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30, and it will design a program for you to practice your wedges. And you'll get a different program every single time, a different mix of clubs and yardages. And then, or you can say, I want to create my own, and you go into creative mode. You can design your own protocol. Let's say you want to do block practice. You want to hit 100 shots to 90 yards. If that's what you want to do, you can go in there and do that. And you get this distribution of your shot pattern. So you can control whether you want to randomize it, not randomize it, how many shots you want to do. My favorite part, which we did at the PGA show, Jeff, was one-on-one mode. You can compete against other players, and it gives you a live odds, a live winning percentage, and it'll tell you like, okay, if you got 2 shots left, it'll even tell you like how many points you need to close out your opponent.
Oh, wow.
So super fun. The 1v1 side of it is super fun.
Now, is that 1v1 I can be sitting in my garage and be challenging someone else there, or is it in they would both have to be here?
Right now it's in person, but you better believe that at some point what you can do it remote. That's on
So
the
what I
to-do
also heard
list.
you say, what I also heard you say is your TrackMan is just as good as this. So really, you can just get rid of your TrackMan, and I'll give you my email address or my mailing address to mail to me, and I'll just take care of it from here. But that I mean, do you guys see like someone approaching you like TrackMan or Foresight and saying, "Hey, we want," or I mean, is that
I think the way to look at our radar is that it's $289, and how much value can we provide for under $300? I think if you're looking at radars, there are a lot of good radars on the market, and this does not replace a TrackMan or Quad or even a Mevo Plus or a Rapsodo. For those wanting to measure spin, that becomes really important for 150 yards and out, obviously. Launch, spin, club delivery. But let's say like there's a pyramid here, like maybe it is a home junkie, you can't afford, or you don't want to make that investment, or you're not into golf enough to spring for a 15K launch monitor. Then there's a bunch
right?
of good ones in there. A Mevo Plus, excellent, measures spin and club numbers. Rapsodo MLM2 Pro, really good at spin and club numbers also for sub 2000, sub 1000. Then it's like, okay, what can I get for sub 300? And it's like, this does an awesome job at measuring ball speed and then gamifying your wedge practice. It won't replace, it will never replace a radar for spin rate, launch optimization for like full swing clubs past 140
Yeah.
yards. But the amount of value you can get out of this for the price point is absolutely phenomenal. And now with the gamification of the wedge mode, again, Jeff, people don't know how to work on their wedges. I'll go to a golf course and maybe they'll set up flags out there at 50, 75, 100, 125, but the balls don't fly good enough for the number to be like meaningful to you. Yeah, so the wedge mode, people just struggle with how to practice their wedges, right? So again, you go to the range, you're like, I'm going to work on my wedges. How do you do that? How do you get valuable feedback? And how do you, like you see now on the PGA Tour, like you go to the range, every player's measuring every single shot. So it's like, how can the everyday golfer do that? Well, they can't spend maybe 15, 20 grand on that high-end launch monitor. You can get 95 to 99% of the value up to 140 yards for our stack radar at $289. And even better, we gamify your practice. We design your practice for you. All you do is say, I got 10 minutes, I got 20 minutes or 30. It's
So
the only
awesome.
decision you need to make. We do the rest.
That is so awesome because the thing that you always hear the professionals talking about or their coaches is like using the quad to do uh, what is that process where you basically that spits out, hit this range and hit this range and hit this distance and so forth. So I don't have to go out and buy a quad now. It You guys tell me. I mean, right? Does it tell me how far to hit
Yes,
each one
we
and what club to hit?
yeah. Yep. A few of the companies they call those combines. So
Yes.
with the Stack app, we do the combine for you. You just tell them how much time you have, or you can go to our creative mode. You can do the same thing in putting. You can design your own putting course
Oh
in
wow.
our putting mode, and you can design your own combine. Jeff, let me give you a fun example of how I did this. My kids have a junior tournament at a par three course. All the yardages are between 50 and 140 yards. Our practice round was I designed their course in creative mode on stack wedges. They go to the range, tee up every shot, and try to get a lot of points. And they played a couple rounds on as like practice rounds for their tournament at the exact yardages they were going to hit the next day. And they came in second, third in the tournament. So you can do a lot of fun stuff like that. The week of the Masters here, we had a little internal competition. We all designed the Masters Par 3 course yardages, and we had a little internal competition here with the Stack employees. I think Sasha's kid actually crushed us all in terms
Oh
of
wow.
points.
Wow. That is, I mean, that it literally. So you have the Stack app, which if you have the premium, so okay, so let me ask this. So you can have the putting one. Can you just have the wedge one? Or is it
Yes,
okay?
yes. So putting and wedges kind of comes together as one membership. So if you buy the Stack Radar, scan that QR code that's on the back of it. That will take you to a link. Yep, that'll take you to a link. Boom, 30-day free trial of wedging and putting. So wedging and putting is one membership. Then if you have speed, you get it all.
Well, I I didn't even know that about all the Stack stuff. I'm stupid. I didn't know that.
Got more coming
That
down the pipe too, Jeff. That's what's fun.
That okay, so guy, you're beating me to it. And that's kind of what I was like trying to think of, like what other things, because I mean, you guys are covering it so well. What other things can you do to make your stack better? I mean,
Yeah,
I know you can't tell me because it's R&D and all that. It's
yeah, yeah,
hush
yeah,
hush.
yeah.
NDA and blood or something crazy. But what is there? Do you have a target on an announcement on what's next, or
No. I'll just say we got more fun stuff coming. More fun stuff coming that's valuable to the golfer, right? But I
yeah,
think do your speed training. Great warm up video in there for those folks who are stackers or not. We have a great learning library, which is principles, biomechanical principles, feels, and drills that you can do while you're stacking. So one of the benefits of stack training, Jeff, that I want a lot everyone to know is that you can work on your swing while you're speed training. Super valuable because you don't have the consequence of hitting the ball. So a lot of times, like, you see Justin Rose doing warm-up swings. He's doing this very exaggerated stuff. Or Tiger when he's sticking his rear end out and side bending. It's like, okay, they're over-exaggerating some feels, right,
right,
based on biomechanical principles. And then they might be doing drills in practice. So while you're stacking, you could fix your slice like and we have video content in the app that you can watch, you can flag, you can favorite, and think about those feels and do those drills while you're stacking. That's a nuanced part of the app that we're going to do a better job kind of telling that story to our customers. But there's a lot in there. You can work on your swing while you're speed training and get a double whammy. Why not? Two for one. You get a lot of reps in while you're training. And then it makes it easier to transfer the skill to the golf course because you haven't had the negative feedback loop. How many times have you gone for a lesson and the pro's like, well, don't worry about how you're hitting it. They're trying to get you to do a new feel and you're just topping it, shanking it, whatever, fatting it. And they're like, don't worry about that. Well, what if you didn't have that negative feedback loop at all? And that's
right.
the benefit of working on your swing while you're training.
And that's the strange thing about the stack spit system and speed, in which is odd, right? That by doing speed training, it's actually honing a better swing. And I
Yes.
mean, my dispersion is shrunk down, right?
You will get more efficient naturally because you have to use the ground more efficiently. You have to move your body more efficiently. So there's several reasons why it's beneficial, but it all, it's we call it the what the heck effect.
Yeah.
Just what
So
the heck happened. Everything got better.
so you're telling me between the two of these guys, I can fire my coach. That is it? No? Or
We're supplementing your coach. It's actually a good way. You could let's say you have a putting coach,
uh-huh.
do stack putting 3 to 5 sessions and show them your stats. Be like, Coach, what do you see here? Oh man, you're right to lefters. We got to work on those. Looks like your green reading's off. You need to work on your green reading. Hey, Coach. Hey, club fitter. Let me show you my wedge gapping. Oh man,
Oh
you got a
wow.
20-yard gap between your gap wedge and your sand wedge. You might need a 50-degree instead of a 52, or something like that. So there's a lot you can do. Hey, Coach, I've gained 8 miles an hour of clubhead speed. My driver's spinning too much. Do I need a new driver? Yes. Okay. There's a lot you can do. So let's use it to supplement coaches out there and make
Wow.
them better.
That I mean, uh, I don't have a lot of people leave me speechless. Obviously, Sasha did because I mean he like
He leaves me speechless
mystifies
too.
you with genius level of biomechanics, but he says it in such a way that it's like simple. But I mean, the the I have no like question on why you guys are successful. You guys, I mean, you bring great things to the table. You've created a great app. Now I have this radar. I mean, the sky's the limit. Uh, Thank you for coming on my channel to talk to everybody. Um, and as we talked about earlier, more to come from Marty, because a little teaser, you've done some serious golfing in your past, and I I'm interested. I want to know more.
Ha- Have me back on. We'll chat about playing in majors and whatnot.
Oh my
Got some fun experiences out there.
God, that's exciting! And if that doesn't excite you, you just need to stop watching YouTube videos. 98% of you don't subscribe to me, and that's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It's okay. But if you wanted to right now, you could click the subscribe button and come on and join because you want to see the future stuff also from Marty. It's gonna be a great direction. I've got some really great questions, especially from a ping perspective and what you
Yep.
guys are doing. That's super exciting. So a lot of great content to come. Thank you, Marty, for coming on the channel and taking your time out of your day. I know your time is precious, especially being as smart as you are, and you're a vice president, and it's like fancy stuff. But thank you for coming on.
Yep. Pleasure being on. Look forward to next time.
Awesome, guys. I'm telling you, I've said it 1,000 times. Okay, so maybe more like I've had 300 videos. So more like probably I've said it 50 times. Let's say 50. That's pretty fair. The stack, the stack system, way to go. You cannot lose out. You only gain speed. You gain accuracy with putting. And now wedging. I mean, guys, get on the stack train. Get on the stack system. Anyway, it'll help
Hey,
keep it findable.
if you're not stacking, you're slacking. Okay, that's all I gotta
Bam.
say. I'm gonna leave it with
And
that one.
that's the tagline. Thanks, guys. We will see you later.